Today is really a very nice day. I, for one, found myself usually in such arenas when all of us are remaining silent. This is why we call ourselves as academicians, because an academician is married to science. Uh, so what has happened today is a remarkable event, and for sure, those who are presenting today, after they have bloomed their proposal finally, it is going to remain in their life because this is their first step towards joining an academic profession. Training is usually becoming throughout the universities. Training and development of academic staff becomes one of their policies and core agenda. Let me say, we are here in Paramadan University. We are still juvenile in our training. There is an urge through AU and eager. We want to see that in Africa there should be producing 100 PhDs every year. The continent, of course, know how many numbers of the countries. And if this 100 PhDs every year, are we there? Where are we now? Our current situation. And what we want from the postgraduate studies. What we want from postgraduate studies. And how can we reach to what we want from postgraduate studies? Our postgraduate studies status now, I would say we are still juvenile and we are still creeping. Maybe it's supposed to be a policy of the administration. If the administration equate the postgraduate studies with a revenue generating unit of the university, then that's why we're in this state now. The policy of the university is supposed to build a facility, prepare this facility, and then you say this is the facility for postgraduate study. And not that you establish postgraduate study and then you say you produce money to develop. And that's why we come to the second question now. What do we need from postgraduate study? Postgraduate study is the indicator of matureness of the university. If you have a postgraduate study in the university, it indicates that the university is already mature. Why? The university is mature because the postgraduate study is not only training to give postgraduate certificate. There is scientific research there. The scientific research is what we are doing now. Starting with the proposal, and then it will culminate with the thesis writing, and then presentation and the award of the work in the meeting. Training in methodology so that you are able to do the research. The research, what you do after you have this research, then this research will be taken to the community, to policymakers, so that the country develop from what we produce. Or else, if you are producing something which is not translated to the community, it's not translated to the development of the nation, then you are knowledge consumers. You are not knowledge producers. And that's why everyone who has obtained his master's and PhD, we want to see that this PhD or master's is disseminated or translated to what I'm saying. You have your degree, but you have a dead thesis. You have the degree in your hand, especially for somebody who has got PhD. You have the degree in your hand, and then you are famous. You are called a doctor, but your PhD is dead. Resurrecting this PhD, publishing. And this publication that we publish, we have a unit there which is not yet established. The unit of scientific research and publication. We compile this publication every year, and this publication we can disseminate the research and publication from University of Madagascar. And with this publication, you can give the first step for the university ranking of the university, either within the nation or within the region and within the continent, and then before we go global for ranking. Where are we now? The postgraduate studies, what we need for postgraduate studies, to give the degrees only? Okay. If you are going to give the degrees, how are you going to give these degrees? If you are going to do the research, how are you going to do this research? And this is such occasions are one of the steps of what we need from the postgraduate studies. We have postgraduate studies training not to give a degree, but training to develop the staff. Training for development of the staff. Like it has been mentioned here, if there is something that you see the academic staff are deficient of that, then we tailor it in collaboration with the Office of Academic Registrar, so that we train, we capacity build the academic staff in that area which is deficient. Like the statistical package. It's not only the SPSS now. There are so many statistical packages. To know them by name is great. To implement them in your research is great. Attendance of such seminars, workshops, is even part of the development. Educating you about or telling you what is a university and what is the meaning of academician. The meaning of academician, it seems not well grasped by us here. That's why such activities are not well attended. But when you go to the area, you are proud. When somebody in the villa there is calling you by that name, you are proud. But when we are calling you here for these activities, you are not there. We need to make you to know why you call yourself academician. We need you to know what is university administration. Because if you don't know the university administration, the hierarchy of administration, university administration, and how to go about it, you will not be able to match up. You need you to know how to mentor the student, the master student, and then even the PhD student. You need to be trained. Not everyone who has got a PhD can supervise. Not everyone who has got postgraduate degree, master's or PhD, is a teacher. And that's what such can. Somebody will come and then appoint it as PA. He's not inducted to the university. There should be every year a course of induction. Not only a TA, but all the academic staff who are newly joined the university. They have to be inducted so that they know the environment where they're going to come. The ethical board, the ethical consideration that you are trying need also, when the booklet is produced, then everyone is need to be distributed. They guide for research proposals and this is writing. These are also the functions of graduate research to produce this one and then distribute it to anyone who is coming to join the graduate research. So we are still have a very wide and long stride to follow. And mind you, the university is now aging. The university is aging. This postgraduate studies, it is conceived, the idea was conceived in 1998 after we have the first graduates. The first graduates from veterinary and the first graduates from education. And then it went on track in 2004. Now, where is this? Where in 2004 we are starting producing people with PhDs in College of Medicine. They started in College of Veterinary. Now, where are we now? Are we going to go to the slogan that we are still a young country or we are still a young university? The College of Graduate Study is more older than the other colleges now. But where is it now? Maybe you have to follow that slogan and I become an ostrich to put my head under the soil and say, also the College of Graduate Study is still a young college.
Thank you, bro. Every time you are talking, we are getting more wisdom. Very good. As you actively say all the time. Uh, Now it's come a moment for us also to hear another more wisdom from our administration, in the persons of Professor Charles Epifanio Wani, academic registrar.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I'm here actually being given the jacket of administrator. So I'm representing University of Ambrose. So on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and the two deputy Vice Chancellor, actually I thank everybody who is present here. This reflects how much we really love the academic field. So please keep same spirit. Don't worry. Today the number is very little. We are very few. But soon, one day, this hall will be filled with the same. So this is a beginning. Beginning of everything is very difficult. I can remember when we came from Khartoum, the College of Veterinary, the only lecturers were seven by then. Myself, my late Professor Don, Dr. Ambrose, Peter Gautier, we were seven in number. That was difficult. And when we were in Khartoum, the number of teaching staff 7. The 8 you are left behind when you come here in Saudi. So it was very difficult and challenging moment for us to start the college. But we thought how to staff the colleges, all the colleges, of course, not college of veterinary. We said the only remedy is to include or to activate the college of veterinary study. And now, since then, we are graduating 213. And this for the first time now, maybe it happened before, but for the first time for me to see 5 candidates from College of Veterinary graduating. This is actually giving us that we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. So I actually congratulate whoever the 5 or the 4 candidates who presented their proposal today. And please don't fail up, try to complete because some students may just get fed up in the middle and will abandon because the journey to be an academician is not a simple one. There is an element of magic in it. If you are not serious, you just leave it in the middle. So please, you continue until you get your certificate. And again, also, I want you to be, including the deans who are present here, to be an advocate for internal training. Internal training is the only remedy to solve the problem of shortage of teaching staff in this university. Because the certificate we are giving you here as master or PhD, it is universal certificate is recognized all over the world. The reference you are reading here is being read by somebody from Harvard University or from Oxford University. So don't underrate the certificate that you are giving you because many people who had wanted to go outside to study masters or PhD outside the country. But I assure you, the same certificate that you are getting here is the same certificate that you are getting abroad. So please uh, keep on uh, keep on inform your colleague and encourage your colleague, the dean particularly, encourage the TAs because you have in the colleges, some TAs have 9 years, some TAs have got even 10 years being as a TA, which is very simple. And the law says that a TA should only spend 2 years in the university. If he fails, then if he fails to pursue his study, then you can just suspend it. And for us here, we are keeping TA up to 10 years, which is very shameful, and it's not happening elsewhere, only in the Republic of South Sudan. So let us actually give limit to TAs that are 18 months so that we send them for training. Otherwise, I can recognize, of course, all of us have said for quite a long time. So I'm really, on behalf of the University of Barakatal, I'm very happy with this presentation, and this is an indication that uh, there is a prosper. This university will actually perform well in the nearest future. With these few words, actually, I declare the presentation or this scientific